Have you ever looked up at a towering mountain, a place of rock and wind, and wondered what life could possibly exist there? It is in these seemingly impossible places that we find one of nature's most inspiring animals, the bighorn sheep. These creatures are true symbols of the wild, untamed spirit of North America. They walk along cliffs that would make any human tremble with fear. Their powerful bodies and calm spirits allow them to thrive where few others can. Seeing a bighorn sheep is a special moment. It reminds us of the strength and resilience that exists all around us in the natural world, a world full of wonder and discovery. These magnificent animals are native to the vast landscapes of North America. You can find them from the snowy peaks of the Rocky Mountains in Canada, all the way down to the sun-scorched deserts of Mexico. They are incredibly adaptable, able to live in a variety of challenging environments. Whether it is the cold, thin air of the highest altitudes or the dry heat of the desert canyons, the bighorn sheep has found a way to call it home. Their presence across such a wide range shows just how resourceful and hardy they are. They are a treasure of our natural heritage. Their story is one of perseverance, a gentle yet powerful existence in the high country. The most incredible thing about bighorn sheep is how they climb. They are true masters of the mountains, moving with a confidence that is simply breathtaking. They can leap from one tiny ledge to another, sometimes across gaps of up to 20 feet. They can scale cliffs that appear almost completely vertical to our eyes. This is not just a skill, it is an art form perfected over thousands of years. They do not climb with fear or hesitation, but with a fluid grace that makes it look easy. The secret lies in their incredible hooves. Their hooves are very different from those of a horse or a cow. They are split into two toes which can move independently. This allows them to get a better grip on uneven surfaces. The bottom of each hoof has a soft, rubbery pad that acts like the sole of a climbing shoe, providing excellent traction on smooth rock. The outer edge of the hoof is hard and sharp, allowing it to dig into tiny cracks and ledges for a secure hold. It is a perfect design, a masterpiece of natural engineering for a life spent on the edge. But it is not just their hooves that make them such gifted climbers. They have powerful, muscular hind legs that can propel them up steep inclines with explosive force. Their front legs are strong and steady, providing stability when they land. They also have a remarkable sense of balance, controlled by a highly developed inner ear. Every part of their body, from their muscles to their skeleton, works together in perfect harmony to make them the undisputed kings of the mountain. The habitat of the bighorn sheep is one of the most dramatic and challenging on Earth. They live in alpine meadows. They live on grassy mountain slopes. They live in rugged, rocky canyons. These are places of extreme weather and constant change. In the summer, the sun can be intense, and the high altitudes offer little shade. In the winter, deep snows can cover their food, and biting winds can sweep across the ridges. Temperatures can drop far below freezing, and avalanches are a constant threat. To live here requires a special kind of toughness, a resilience that is woven into the very fabric of their being. Life in the mountains is a constant search for balance. The sheep need open slopes where they can see predators coming, but they also need steep, rocky cliffs nearby to escape to. They need grassy areas for grazing, but these areas are often exposed and dangerous, so they are always moving, following a careful rhythm dictated by safety and sustenance. They might graze in an open meadow in the morning, then retreat to the safety of the cliffs in the afternoon to rest and chew their cud. Their grazing helps to maintain the health of the alpine meadows, preventing any single type of plant from taking over. Their movements help to disperse seeds, contributing to the biodiversity of the ecosystem. They are a keystone species, meaning that their presence has a large effect on the environment around them. The mountains would not be the same without the quiet, steady presence of the bighorn sheep, shaping the landscape with every step they take. The diet of a bighorn sheep is simple, yet their quest for food is a daily challenge. They are herbivores. They eat only plants, grasses, sedges, forbs. They are grazers. They spend much of their day moving slowly across meadows and slopes, carefully selecting the most nutritious plants. Their digestive system is built to break down tough plant material. Like cows, they have a 4-chambered stomach. Finding food in the high mountains requires knowledge and skill. Sheep must know where to find the best grazing spots year-round. In the spring, they follow the melting snow up the slopes, feeding on tender new growth. In the summer, they spread out across high meadows, enjoying abundant plant life. But when winter comes, their strategy changes. They move to lower elevations, or to windswept ridges where snow is shallow. They dig for dried grasses. They browse woody plants like willow. They browse sagebrush. Water is as important as food in their rocky habitat. They get moisture from the plants they eat, but they still need to drink regularly, especially in hot, dry months. They know the locations of springs. They know snowmelt streams throughout their territory. Bighorn sheep also need minerals not always in plants. They seek out natural salt licks. These are areas where mineral salts concentrate on the ground. Sheep will lick the soil to get salt, vital for bone and horn growth. Mineral licks are community centers for sheep. Animals may travel miles to visit a lick. This shows how connected sheep are to the geology of their environment, relying on the earth itself for their well-being. The life of a bighorn sheep is lived in the presence of constant danger. Their greatest threats come from predators that share their mountain home. Mountain lions are perhaps their most formidable foe, stealthy and agile, capable of following sheep into rocky terrain. Wolves, coyotes, bears, golden eagles, they prey on young lambs. To survive, bighorn sheep must be vigilant at all times. Excellent eyesight. They can spot movement from more than a mile away. When a predator is spotted, the sheep have a simple but effective strategy. Run for the cliffs. Run for the cliffs. Their incredible climbing ability is their ultimate defense. The herd works together. One individual often acts as a lookout while others graze. If the lookout sees danger, a single sharp snort will alert the entire group. They all flee to safety in an instant. Harsh weather is another constant danger. Sudden blizzard, prolonged cold spell, deep snow can make it impossible to find food, leading to starvation. To cope with the cold, bighorn sheep have a special coat, long hollow guard hairs, a soft woolly undercoat. Beyond natural dangers, bighorn sheep face threats from human activities. Habitat loss as development and agriculture encroach. As we expand our world, we must be mindful of the space these wild animals need. Protecting their habitat is the most important thing we can do for them. The family life of bighorn sheep is organized and gentle. They live in social groups, but these groups are usually separated by gender for most of the year. The ewes, their young lambs, and yearlings live together in nursery herds. These herds are led by an older, experienced ewe who knows the territory well. She guides the group to the best grazing spots and the safest resting areas. This social structure allows the ewes to work together to protect their young. There is a strong sense of community within these nursery herds, with females sharing the responsibility of watching for danger. The rams, on the other hand, typically live in separate groups called bachelor herds. These groups are usually smaller than the nursery herds. The rams spend their time together, feeding and resting, and establishing their dominance hierarchy through displays and occasional scuffles. This separation of the sexes for most of the year reduces competition for food. The rams and ewes only come together for a short time in the fall during the mating season, the rut. There is a deep and gentle bond between a mother ewe and her lamb. The ewe gives birth to a single lamb in the late spring, usually in a very secluded and inaccessible spot to protect the newborn from predators. The lamb is born with a soft, woolly coat and can stand and walk within hours of its birth. For the first week of its life, the lamb will remain hidden while the mother forages nearby. She returns frequently to nurse her baby and to check on it. This early period is crucial for the lamb's survival, and the mother's constant care is essential. The birth of a bighorn lamb is a moment of hope for the future of the species. Born in the late spring, these young animals enter a world of green meadows, warm sunshine. The mother ewe chooses her birthing spot with great care, finding a remote, high ledge almost impossible for predators to reach. Here, in this rocky cradle, the lamb takes its first breaths. It is a fragile new life in a rugged world. The lamb weighs about 8 to 10 pounds at birth and is covered in a soft, light-colored woolly coat that helps it blend in with the surrounding terrain. For the first few days, the bond between mother and lamb is incredibly intense. The lamb learns to recognize its mother's unique scent, and call the ewe is fiercely protective of her offspring. The lamb's instincts are strong from the very beginning. It knows to lie still and quiet when its mother is away, a behavior that keeps it hidden from predators like golden eagles. The mother's milk is rich in nutrients, allowing the lamb to grow quickly. After about a week, the ewe leads her lamb to join the nursery herd. This is a big step for the young sheep. It is now part of a larger community surrounded by other ewes and lambs. The social environment of the herd is the lamb's school. It watches the older sheep, mimics their behavior, learns the complex social rules of the group. The lambs are very playful, and they can often be seen running and leaping together. practicing their climbing skills on small rocks. This play is not just for fun. It is a vital part of their education, preparing them for a life in the high mountains. The care and guidance they receive in the herd are the foundation of their future. Within just a few months, the lambs are nimble and confident climbers, able to follow the herd almost anywhere. Bighorn sheep are more than just beautiful animals. They are an essential part of the mountain ecosystems they inhabit. They are guardians of the high country, and their presence helps to keep the environment healthy and in balance. As they graze, they trim the grasses and plants, which encourages new growth and prevents the landscape from being overgrown by a single type of vegetation. These animals are also an indicator species. This means that the health of their population can tell us a lot about the health of the entire ecosystem. If the bighorn sheep are thriving, it is a good sign that the environment is clean, the water is pure, and the habitat is intact. For thousands of years, bighorn sheep have held a special place in the cultures of the indigenous peoples of North America. They are featured in ancient rock art, stories, and ceremonies. They are seen as symbols of power, agility, and abundance. They represent a deep connection to the land and a respect for the natural world. This cultural significance reminds us that these animals are not just a biological resource. They are a part of our shared heritage. Their continued existence enriches our own lives and connects us to the ancient history of this continent. This is why we must all work together to protect these magnificent creatures. They face many challenges and they cannot overcome them alone. We can help by supporting conservation efforts that protect their habitat, ensuring that they have the space they need to roam, feed, and raise their young. We can be responsible visitors to their mountain homes, giving them plenty of space and leaving no trace of our presence. Every one of us has a role to play. By showing compassion and respect for bighorn sheep and all wildlife, we are investing in a healthier, more beautiful, and more hopeful world for all future generations.